Alright, well, what is going on, guys? This is officially day 6 of the JRJ bootcamp. Now, this day is going to be more in a motivation video, maybe set some goals type video, but we're going to take a break from the trading videos for this video. As you can see, I'm in Turks and Caicos. It is beautiful here. I could be sleeping right now with all my friends, or right now it's like 6 a.m. here, or I could be, really doing anything but this. But I'm doing this not to show you how much I want it, but this is just an example of my discipline, as I'm literally doing this for you. Like, I don't even have to wake up. I could have slept in. No. Some fucking goat, bro. Alright, so right now, just going on the walk, as I need to find somewhere to set this camera down so that I can actually start filming. Nah, not there. Bartender's there. So nice here. Alright guys, where can I set up my camera? Dun, 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 dun. Hope you guys are doing good with the boot camp. Actually doing the videos and shit. I was not even gonna say I'm pissed, but like, I'm doing all this for you. It would be appreciated if you did a little bit of work for me. Alright, we have to stick in the sun. I know where we're going. We're going dead ass in the pool just to make this freaking boot camp video. Now, when I'm here though, I do have to make sure that, like, listen. Noise gets this a little. That's fine. Alright, now I set you guys up. Right? Good. So, now you guys can fully see it. But it's literally like, let's see what time it is. 7:48 a.m. I don't know if you can see that. We out here grinding. Camera just going. Alright, well, consider this the start. Another thing I want to say is you have to stop giving a fuck about what people think when it is for your dreams, when it is for your goals. What do I mean by that? Well, quite frankly, what I mean by that is right now I'm standing here, literally 7 a.m. in Turks and Caicos, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. I'm literally standing here at 7 a.m. in Turks and Caicos, filming while standing in a pool that is closed, sick background and all, while everyone is mainly asleep, or some are actually at the gym, good for them, but mainly most are hungover and asleep. I don't do any of that, right? I'm a fucking man, bro. Fuck all that. If you do that, that is weird. You are weird if you do that. So yeah, of course I'm not doing all that. But the thing I will want to say that comes with not doing all that, you have to have discipline, Because it's like, are you going to do it for yourself? And are you going to do it for your goals? And are you going to do it for your right reasons? Or are you going to do it because you feel like you're forced? Are you going to do it because you feel as if you have to? Or you're going to do it as you feel as if you have to comply. And those are the key differences that will take you there and not in life. Like, you also have to stop giving a fuck what people think. Like, I know I've said it before and I'll say it again, but like, literally, just look around and all you see is like, girls staring at me, guys staring at me, parents staring at me, siblings staring at me, old people staring at me, workers staring at me. Like, why the fuck is this kid filming in the pool with a whole camera set up on, you can't see it, but you're set up on the golf, What are someone behind me staring at me? And the thing is, you can't care that they care. Because quite frankly, they don't care. They're just gonna walk past you and say, oh, that kid's weird, who gives a fuck, right? But then when I have millions of followers, they're gonna be like, holy shit, that's who that kid is. Like, and that's the point of just what I keep saying, you cannot care in life. If you have a goal, you have to go and attack that goal. It doesn't matter if your parents don't like the goal, it doesn't matter if your friends don't like that goal, doesn't matter if, teachers don't like that goal, as that's a common one too. It just doesn't matter, man. That is your goal. And if that's your goal, I will be fucking damned if I let someone else take that from me. That is yours. There is only you who can make sure you don't achieve that goal. So just achieve it. Go after it like you don't have another life. You have to achieve all your goals in this life. That is the truth. You can't sit around saying maybe in another life. Fuck that, man. No, maybe in this life. In this life. Why would you wait till next life? Do it in this one. You have the time, so do it. Just spend your time more efficiently. Instead of going out on that Saturday night to get fucking hammered and wake up the next day hungover, spend those 6 hours that you would be doing bullshit and drinking, maybe having fun, spend it making content. Maybe you get that one viral hit and now you're an influencer. Spend it, fucking backtesting. Spend it opening a startup. Just do your dreams and aspirations. You do not have to just stop everything in life and be a little bitch because someone told you to, or because you're not man enough to do enough fucking work on it. If you want something, you have to get it. Now, I am not saying it is going to be easy, but it will happen when you just set your mind to it. That's what I'll say. But you also have to have a delusional and manifestation mindset. As if you're not delusional, it also won't work though. Because, for example, everyone loves their parents, right? Most people, their family. When you start something like this, is very common with trading, and the statistic is true that 99% fail. When you bring it up to your parents or maybe start losing money, they're probably going to be, oh my god, fuck no. Go to college, don't day trade. Go be a doctor, right? If you are a bitch in that scenario, and you don't have that delusional asset to just keep going and going, realistically, what do you think you would do in that scenario? Well, if you're telling the truth, we all know you'd be a little bitch and quit. Or stop, But if you're telling the pure truth, sorry, those people. But no, if you were telling pure, absolute truth of what you would do in that scenario, the answer is quit. If you had your family and friends and everyone telling you you're gonna fail too, to quit, to go to college, to go get that job, you'd probably fail, right? And that's normal, that's what everyone would do. But if you have that delusional mindset, you will say, fuck that, fuck you. This is my life, and I'm gonna do what I wanna do in my life, and you're just gonna watch it. And you're gonna watch it work. That 99%, fuck all them, I'm gonna outwork them by 100. I'm gonna outwork them by 1,000. They give it an hour a day, I'm gonna give it 10 hours a day. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. And those years of sacrifice, months of sacrifice will pay off, and that's truth. I started filming this content every single day since I started day trading, so it's been around 7 months. The first 5 months, I'm not gonna lie, were hell with that. I was failing. I was blowing eval after eval after eval, and then I'd pass a couple, pass a few, and I'd just blow that shit the next day, And then I was losing all the money. I bought a mentorship. Low key, his mentorship was shit. I'm not gonna lie. I love eval and all, but it wasn't advertised. It wasn't as it was advertised. That's all I'm gonna say. And I really regret buying that shit for 3 bands. Which is why, though, when I start mine now, mine's gonna be way better because I know what to actually do. Because as a student, when I was in that helpless scenario, I knew what I needed help and I just never got it. Now, with all of that said, as I'm still getting quite literally stared at, which I don't even give a fuck. That's my mentality. Fuck them. This is my life, and I'm gonna do what I want, and they're just gonna be watching. Now, as I was saying, when I first started this content, I remember it very, very specifically. First, it was chill. People started to find me. They're like, yo, JJ, TJR. First I would say 2 weeks was more making fun of than supportive. It was more jokes. It was more 100 burn accounts commenting on every single post I made, flaming me. And then it slowly got better. I remember there was 1 week where I was sitting at a lunch table, and then a group of a whole 20 20 seniors that I do look up to a little bit, or did. Like, yo, J, and then they found me, and after that, like, everyone started finding me. And that's just shit. I would walk into school, and now anywhere I go, really, my name's not Joey. My name's Trades. My name is J. And you know, it's fine. I'm okay with that. But that's just, it's about pushing past that, though. Because before all that, I was more like making fun of, like, yo, you're down 3 bands. You're never going to make it. You're better off drinking and gambling every night, you know? Like, that was the shit I would have to hear every day. And my family, they're actually really supportive now, but they would jab a little. You know, because again, I don't want to work. I don't want to go to college. That's just never been in my plan. And having those conversations can be tough, considering that mostly everyone, truthfully, who's in that scenario to be able to, does go to college and get that job. Especially when you're already coming from a family who's pretty well off. It's not often that you're going to see a kid come who is even hungrier than everyone. I think I'm going to be a billionaire one day. Say that right the fuck now. I know I'm going to be. Like, this trading shit, it'll only take me so far. Plans dead-ass trade, fucking monetize myself and build a personal brand, and just start startups and shit. Like, I'm good on the business factor as well. Like, I've ran car detailing businesses and shit. Yeah, I'm good on that factor. So far we've kind of just talked about that delusionality and of how you want it. And to be honest, I think with this video, we're just gonna stick with delusionality. I don't wanna go, I was gonna go into goal setting also, but I think in this video we're gonna stick to delusionality, and then we'll make another goal setting video later. So now that I've determined that this video is going to be on the delusionality, let's get into fully a prime definition of what that is. By the way, you fuckers better be taking notes on this. You guys all better be having that pen in your hand and writing down pages of notes, because this shit will help you, and that's the truth. Now, with that said, I'm sorry, we are back now, as I lost, like, my camera got too hot, I guess, even though I have a fan fucking pumping on it. So now let's get back into that delusionality. Now, to be honest, not a nerd. I don't exactly know. It's not a bad thing to be a nerd, but I don't exactly know what the definition of delusionality is. And that's why I'm going to make my own for you guys to write down right now. So now, thinking about it, well, I would say the definition of delusionality would be, honestly, an easy way to say it in my language is just not giving one fuck. But realistically, I'll give you a better definition. Delusionality is where, in your head or to yourself, you're so confident in something or believe in something so much to a specific point that you don't even think it didn't happen. You think it's true, you know it's true. For example, I am so delusional when I say, I'm gonna be a 100 millionaire, I'm gonna be a billionaire, I'm a profitable trader. I was saying that shit, the unprofitable trader part, because now I'm actually profitable, so it's not a joke. But I was saying the I'm a profitable trader shit when I was 2 months in, going through my roughest patches of being unprofitable, blowing account after account after account. I promise you, that shit changed my life, man. When I would wake up every single day at 5 a.m. and say that shit in my head, it really did start clicking and working and working. And you know, again, like, that's true though, like, that's something that's gonna happen. Because I would literally say to myself again and again and again, you are profitable, you know? Like, you are profitable, you did get these payouts, and after saying and saying and saying it again, it started to click. Because in my head, I no longer was like, okay, you are going through a very rough patch of being unprofitable right now. And instead, I was like, okay, I am profitable. And I started to act like my future self. And that's what you have to do. Wake up how your future self wakes up. I hopped in every single morning at 5 a.m. Hopped in a cold shower, got out, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of meditation in a dark room, just me and my thoughts, manifested for hours and hours. I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be this, I'm a profitable trader, I'm this, I'm that. And that shit fucking worked. It rewired my whole brain. Went from I'm unprofitable, but I know I'm gonna be profitable, all the way to, okay, I am profitable, let's keep working on this skill to make it even more consistent profitableness. And it just changed my life, man. And I'm telling you this now because you can do it for you, or you could just sit there and watch as everyone else who listens to this video does it. Because I promise you, people are going to do it and they're going to make it just from that. It's about, do you want it or do you not? As I know I want this shit. And that is that delusionality, because again, like, dude, it's literally just not giving a fuck. That is all of it summed up. But yeah, you just can't care what people think to a certain. Okay, so I have to be quick with these as my camera keeps shutting off because it's too hot where I am. So I'll just be quick. But you can't give a fuck, and you have to know your why. Why are you doing it? Why are you so delusional? When you believe in yourself so much, there isn't shit that could stop you. When you know, I'm profitable, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you say that shit every single day in your head, manifest it, you become so fucking delusional that when people around you think you're crazy, they're on some crazy shit. Like, for example, one of my delusional aspects, I say I'm gonna be making $1 million a month or a year by the time I'm 18. That's within 2 years. Some kids on my baseball team at school, you know, one of them saw that shit and he was like, alright, I'm back, guys. My camera keeps shutting off because of how hot it is, so I have to end it here pretty much. But just, once you get that delusional, they're gonna be crazy. Like, for example, the kid on my baseball team in that story I was just saying, he was like, I'll bet every fucking dollar I have that you won't. I was like, damn, alright, you know? But that's not them putting you down, that's just them thinking about how crazy and not possible it is, but you know it is. Because you know what you're willing to put into this, and it's gonna pay off. So just stay delusional and understand there's gonna be people who put you down. As honestly, broke people, hating's free. You know, it's just the easy route. But then eventually, if you just don't react to it and you just keep going, they're gonna be like, man, holy shit, I knew that kid in high school. I should have done what he did. But anyways, that's gonna wrap up day 5 of Delusionality, which honestly, just stick with. Let's look where I am right now, man. I could be sleeping, but no, I want this shit, and you should too. So with that said, I love you guys. Keep doing your homework. That's Delusionality. And then next video we'll get back into trading. I'll figure out which one. And then we will come back to goal setting. But that's it. Peace.